So I I don't know if I made a mistake or what. So my last section of the video, I glued the sleeper to the cab. I'm using painter's tape. I painted the underside brown because that's going to be the interior. I probably shouldn't have done that just yet. I should have painted the body first and then go underneath. But it is what it is, so we're just going to go with that. Color I chose is Rust-Oleum's. There we go. Gloss green. I don't know what color this is. It's just a gloss green, really. I got some weathering stuff that I'm going to do to it, so it'll bring the shine down. I usually shoot everything with the silver first as a primer. Most people, they scrub their bodies and prep it and all that stuff. You can do that. I choose, my models are never show quality. I build them for me because I enjoy what I build. As frustrating as some kids can be, I'm not putting these in shows. I'm not getting judged by anybody else but myself. If people like it, great. If they don't, that's fine too. I'm just building for me, and what I like is big rigs. And they're not going to be super detailed. They're just, shoot it with some paint and hope everything fits and looks good when I finish. I'm hoping I have more silver. I couldn't decide on a color for a truck. I was looking at some stuff online on Facebook, and yeah, you see a lot of them green and yellow or a lot of work colors. So I buckled. I went with traditional green. Wheels, I think I'm going to spray silver and then just dull them down with the black wash. So that's my thing. Now, I tried clear for the first time. Gloss clear. I tried it for the first time on my 64 Impala. It didn't turn out. It started lifting the paint, and I could see the silver, I guess primer you could call it, and I had to reshoot the lavender again. So I said, you know what? It's not for me. I guess if you wanted to do a real primer and then paint it and then hit the clear, that would be the best way to do it. I've never really used primer. I've shot everything with just the color itself, or I've shot it with the silver. So we'll see how it goes, and yeah, I'll shoot this with the silver, let it dry, then hit it with the green. Okay, so I shot it. I didn't have any more. I thought this was silver. It's aluminum. Same thing, really. I ended up with metallic. So I shot it with the metallic. It gives a nice look. I mean, is there really much of a difference between aluminum and metallic? Not really. Maybe the color or something, but yeah. Cab doesn't look too bad. Once I shoot it with the green, we should see how it turns out. I may have to reshoot the hood because I'm finding a little tackiness, and it's been more than 24 hours now since I shot that. So we're gonna see. I mean, I'll shoot this with the green, let it dry, and then see how the texture or the touch is after it's been fully cured, because I may have to reshoot the hood with the green. What's nice is I bought this for less than $15 at Canadian Tire. You bought automotive paint in a small can and you're paying almost $30. Tamiya, again, banned in Canada, so I have what I have, and once I run out, that's it. And I'm not good at airbrushing. I don't have a machine, and that takes a lot of skill. So this is what we're stuck with. Rust-Oleum cans. And yeah, so that's the first coat of the metallic. I don't think I'll need a second coat, but I may put one on just to see how things go. yeah, so uh, I'll record more when we shoot the green, and I may actually videotape that one. Uh, most of the stuff I don't really record, but I should, just so you guys know what I do. I use painter's tape, green painter's tape. Comes in handy. It's great. Doesn't leave any marks or pulls paint off. So, yeah. All right. Back soon, hopefully. Okay. Sorry. It's now the next day. It's the 11th of November. Remembrance Day. So I've got the Rust-Oleum green out. Now let the I guess, what's it called? The metallic cure overnight. So I haven't touched it. To me, it looks pretty good. I mean, it is silver, metallic, whatever. So that's all I use for a primer. I don't wash my parts. I don't scrub them down, whatever. I mean, again, this is just for me. So do a couple of sprays and just, you know, lightly do things. Now, the tricky part is because the sleeper's on, it's top heavy or cab heavy, so it won't stay on the toilet paper roll. I don't have any fancy tools. I use toilet paper rolls and some tape to, oh shoot. I just use toilet paper rolls and tape and stick things on, and it works. I've never had an issue with things. So, you know, you do a couple light coats just to get enough coverage. But because this is cab heavy, it won't stay on a paper roll. And again, I don't have fancy tools, so I just more or less just do this. Now, so I did some light coats. I'll let this dry for maybe an hour or two. I'll take a look at it, see how things turned out. Again, I looked underneath. There was some silver inside the cab. Again, that's going to get covered up anyways. And really, are you going to see much of the interior? Not really. So, this is going to be on a shelf. I don't play with my models. They just, you know, I build them, I display them, and then that's it. So, yeah, we'll let this dry, and then we'll come back and take a look, and hopefully it's not as tacky as the hood. The hood I may have to redo, tape some sections off, and like tape off the grill and respray it, and yeah, so I'm hoping this will cure nicely. I'm debating, like really debating, if I'm going to try the clear coat again. I mean, I have it. I spent the money. I might as well give it a shot. But as soon as the paint starts coming out, like if the green starts throwing the silver underneath or the metallic underneath, no, I'm done with the clear coat. It's not going to happen. So, we'll see. All right. Be back soon. Okay, so where I left off was I just gave this cab and sleeper a quick polish or quick spray. It's still a bit tacky. I gotta do another shot because you can see the silver's kind of still through. Again, I just did a light spray. So, yeah. It does seem to be better than the hood. So I may decide to take the hood back, bring it back out here, and spray it again. I think the green actually turned out pretty good. Again, you're not going to see between here and here. Again, it's going to be on a shelf, so you're never going to see it. But overall, I'm kind of happy. I mean, it's not great, but it's better than the hood. So I will spray this one more time, maybe maybe 2 coats. I don't know. We'll see. And yeah, to me, this looks really good. So I'll spray it, and then we'll come back and take a look again. Okay, so I brought the hood back out. It was still too tacky. I felt like I was leaving fingerprints all over it. Like I can feel my fingerprints on the hood. Now I've done some touch-ups, obviously. I'm gonna have to redo the silver because I didn't do a very good taping job, as you can see. Like there. I did some black wash in the grill, but now I've got bleed through here because, again, I didn't do a very good job of taping things off. I wanted to spray the hood more than anything. So I'll let it dry. I'll come back tonight and I'll tape off the green and most of the grill. I want to expose the green paint on the shroud and shoot it with a light coat of metallic, and then pull the tape off, and hopefully nothing's bled through, because I do not want to do this all over again. See, I have a little bit there, which isn't much, but it's better than where there was a lot of green or silver here. So yeah, just looking over it. Obviously on the bottom, that's going to get touched up. I'm going to try and use a silver marker and just color that in. Again, this piece here was not chromed. On this kit, nothing is chromed. So this is my first time actually painting something like this and then black washing it in. Turned out pretty good, but now I've sprayed the hood again, and you know, this is what it came down to. So cab, you know, it looks pretty good. Again, it's going to be a work truck. The gloss I am going to bring down a bit with the weathering techniques. Now, if you've seen pictures of my tanker trailer, the Texaco trailer, that was my first weathering job. I did it for the Moving On truck, the Pruitt truck, and it turned out pretty good. I get a lot of compliments on it, especially being a first time weathering. This is going to be the same thing. I'm going to weather the beads out of this. Not too much, just enough that, you know, it shows it's been in the woods carrying logs, and it's going to be a work truck. That's what it's designed for. So I'll leave this for tonight, until tonight, maybe after supper, and see how the paint dried and looks. I'm hoping this will be smooth to the touch and I won't be leaving fingerprints like I was leaving on the hood. If this turns out like this, I'll tape it off, do a little touch up with the silver, like really carefully, and that part is done. Then I can work on the interior and hopefully get the frame put together. Now, again, this is the hauler truck. You have two options. You could do the butterfly hood or this hood. I chose this hood because I like it. And nothing was chromed. Nothing in this kit was chromed. So I may decide to paint the wheels this metallic, and then again dull it down with the black wash and go from there. But overall, I think I'm happy. Again, I won't be satisfied until this gets silvered up and I do some touch-ups there. So when I do that, if I'm satisfied with this and I'm not feeling like I'm leaving fingerprints on it, I'll be happy. That's the main goal. And with this one, I have to look underneath the cab. I didn't take a look, but I'm hoping that I don't have to punch holes through there for the marker lights and the horns. Now, you can do this in two pieces. I did it in one shot because I didn't want to, you know, scrape glue off. So we'll see how it turns out. I mean, underneath the steps on here, you're not going to see it. I may flip it over just to paint it. We'll see. All right. I'll be back later and we'll see how things turned out. Okay. Sorry about the noise outside. My neighbor is blowing some leaves. So here's I came back out. Things seem to be okay. Cab, sleeper, painted perfectly. Now I came back to do some touch-ups on the hood. And again, I'm not great, and this really frustrated me. So I resprayed the hood green, but I missed some spots. I got the fender with some silver, and then I did some overspray. I should have taped this off better, and I didn't. And I got some overspray with the green. So now I'm going to have to let this dry fully, probably till tomorrow. Tape it off again with the hood. And just lightly spray, if I can, back in the grill. My problem is I have to really let this set, because if I don't, that's where the tackiness is coming from. I guess it's from the tape. So yeah, I'm just gonna let this sit now for the rest of the night. I think that's gonna look really nice once it's all done. Again, I'm gonna weather this up a bit, but yeah, I'm really disappointed in that. I thought, well, I'll overshoot the green. I won't touch the grill, and I end up touching the grill with the green. So now I have to wait for this to cure so I can tape it off and respray it one more time. Yeah. I mean, I could use a silver marker and try and get that, touch it up that way, but I'm afraid it might not match. Okay, so it's the next day. I've now re-blackwashed the grill. I decided overall hit the Rust-Oleum clear. I was still getting tackiness from the paint. I feel like I was leaving fingerprints every time I touched it, and then I couldn't deal with that anymore. You know, you're handling it. It wasn't for me. So, and I figured, you know what? It's Rust-Oleum metallic with Rust-Oleum green. Why not use the clear? So I've shot it with the clear. Looks pretty good. I shot one coat earlier. Paint didn't lift. I just sprayed a second coat now. I'll wait overnight. Check it tomorrow and see what happens. I mean, if this turns out, you know, if nothing peels off and whatnot, I'll shoot the cab and the sleeper with the clear, and we're good. So I think overall, I just got to touch up the KW on the grill. But, I mean, overall, I think it looks pretty good. You know? I'm pleasantly surprised. I don't really clear coat everything. Usually it was the pledge stuff, but that's kind of turned yellow, starting to turn yellow. So, yeah, I think overall, I'm very happy. Yeah, so if you're going to use Rust-Oleum paint, use the Rust-Oleum clear, and you should be okay. So, we'll check it tomorrow and do a quick update. Oh, since I'm also here, update on the real international pickup truck. Front end's been cleaned off. Don't know where the engine block is. Oh, underneath the truck. Again, we're still waiting on new pistons from Australia that are being shipped. And then we got to bore out the engine to make those fit. Not much of an update on this truck. Progress, I think we mocked up the floor. We're not going to fully put it in until the engine is done. But I think we'll work on other things. Splash pans been painted, primed and painted. They're ready to go on. Colors. Now, I'm looking at some old international truck colors. I think, from what my partners told me, they all came in red frames. Most of them did. But I think a nice red with a black stripe. Top, all three in black. I originally wanted to leave this, like, this is red or this is black and have this opposite colors. But I think paint the entire cab red, then black out the stripe. I think that would really set it off. Yeah, so I tried earlier to put this on. You need two people to lift that radiator up. Butterfly hood, again, it needs to be cleaned up and fixed and primed and all that stuff. So, yeah, not much for an update on the pickup truck. I mean, we tried to do all original. Again, there's not much you can do with a cast iron engine block, and once it's cracked, it's almost impossible to fix. So, yeah. So that's the update on the truck. I'll try and shoot more soon, hopefully. There's the grill. Again, this has got to be fixed and repaired. I would like to either get this fixed and then strip it of paint and then paint it white or black. I think black would be better. If we were painting the truck red and with a black stripe, I think a black grill would really set it off. I mean, this is original. Almost 100 years old and it's still here. A lot of this stuff didn't survive. I mean, you had the Second World War coming and people needed steel. And this is one of the few survivors that didn't make the crusher. So it's 2025, almost 26, and this thing is almost 100 years old now. So that says something. They don't build them like they used to. Vehicles now are, may last 10 years and then they hit the crusher and start the whole process again. So I think he wants to do mechanical brakes. I'm not sure. We got up here. Rings. I believe they came with the wagon wheels. I don't know. We are still in the market for looking for tires. Tires are very hard to come by. Nobody makes them. So, you really have to search the world to find somebody who could make those specific tires. So, yeah, there she is. Just a 1934 International pickup truck. The bed, I think what he was talking about was having like a wood bed and a step thing. I would say if we can get the engine in after being bored and running and stuff by the end of this year, even into next winter, this should be a driver. As long as things are affordable, we can get things, we should be good. But the engine's the big one. I still say we should work on the interior, put some sound deadening in it, get the roof off, shoot it in primer, and just leave it in primer. Get the hood, butterfly hood, fixed up, primed, and, that's good to go. So, because this truck takes like the full length of the garage, and I would like to get it up and out of here. Again, we're using a Dodge Caravan seat, bench seat, for what's going to be in the truck. So, yeah, that's the side project. My main goal right now is my own projects, which is the model kit. That's my hobby, not this truck. So, yeah. I'll try and do some more updates when we see what's going on. I don't know what else to say. Really, this is The truck hasn't gone anywhere. We were talking about, or he was talking about thinking about selling it, but I think I've kicked him in the butt enough times to say, you know what, you've gotten this far, might as well keep going. Try and get the engine in, try and make it run, and yeah. I know it can be discouraging. It's a lot of money to stick into an engine. You know, you gotta ship pistons from another continent into Canada. Then you have to bore it so the pistons can fit. Then you have to put the engine in, get it to run, do all this stuff, and hope for the best. So, I mean, the one good thing about a removable hood or removable roof is we can shoot this in 2 stages. I can paint the cab, then paint the roof, and then stick the roof on very carefully. So, yeah. And then we got to find glass. Glass will be the next biggest challenge next to the tires. So, all right, that's it for enough of me rambling. So, we'll talk soon. Okay, so where I left off, I sprayed the hood. I gave it, I think, 3 coats of the Rust-Oleum Clear. Now we're working on the sleeper and the cab. I let the green dry for a couple days. I will say I am pleasantly surprised of how well the clear actually worked. I mean, if you're going to use Rust-Oleum paint, might as well use the clear. This did not work with the Tamiya. I felt like it was pulling the paint off, so I'm not going to use Tamiya with Rust-Oleum. So yeah, just, you know, some light sprays. Just to do that. And there. That's all I'm doing. I'll let that dry and then I'll turn it around and do the other side. So yeah. The green turned out really well. I like it. Again, I'm going to probably weather this because it's going to be a work truck. You know, you might say, well, what's the point of clear coating? It'll just protect it. I'm going to be using glue for the windows and stuff, and if I use the plastic bond glue, I'm going to end up smearing the paint anyways. So hopefully that will, the clear will protect the paint. Update on the truck. My partner and I were talking earlier. We may decide to take a look at it and kind of mock things up. We're going to move the hoist out of the way and put the roof on, and then put the radiator in with the butterfly hood, and just to see how it looks. I mean, we're obviously nowhere near putting this stuff together again and getting it running. We're just going to get the roof off, so get it right back on the truck and put the hood together just to, you know, get a feel of what it's going to look like eventually. I think doing that might kick us in the butt and try and get this thing, you know, together. So yeah, more videos to come. I'm kind of piecing this together. This has been over the past week or so. I've been doing this Alaskan Hauler thing. So between work and home and not feeling like doing much and repainting and all that stuff, I've been doing bits and pieces here and there. So I want to put out one big video, and this will probably be the last video because I'm going to piece all to the smaller stuff with this, and then when I go upstairs and start building the other stuff into the frame and build the trailer, that's going to be more videos there. So yeah, I guess that's it for tonight. Again, I'm going to let this dry, and then I'll turn it around, shoot it the other side, and then the cab and the sleeper will be finished. Then I got to repaint the interior because that silver got in there. So, yeah. I think that's it. All right. I'll call it a night. We'll see you in the next video. Hopefully, the next video you'll see me upstairs shooting some stuff. All right. Take care.